is up? My AOE Anarchist Risen Dragon here with another instructive video for you. Today, recording early morning. So my voice may not be quite in. I've been awake for about 30 minutes, but today we're playing as the Wu. Once again, please go back to one of my other videos for a full tech tree. The Wu is one of the new civs from the Three Kingdoms expansion, as you can see. I was playing against Darwin Carvajal Silvestre from Peru. They're playing as the Chinese, and the lag was absolutely horrendous in this game. So, had to overcome that, had to overcome, kind of the, bunch of other, in-game mentality stuff, so. But anyways, my goal for this match was to get into castle as quickly as possible. Not necessarily a fast castle, so to speak, but a castle, nonetheless, that was fairly quick. Now, again, with the Wu, actually, let's go back. Let's open the timeline. One of the things I want to point out with the Wu is when you are playing this, I approach it, again, as playing the Celts, where you kind of do a Celt build order. You get your 6 on the food. You get a few on wood. You actually put 4 on wood. And the reason I do that is simply because of the fact that, like, the Wu is a very infantry-based civ, and honestly, having such a build order, not a terrible thing, and especially where the Wu is still kind of fairly new. I think that having that build order, having a build order that's kind of familiar to you is definitely something that you need to have as we go up into feudal. Now here I kind of forget my strat, to be completely honest. As I throw in a few militia there. So you see, you got those 4. We do start walling off. By the way, Carvajal, Darwin Carvajal, Carvajal Silvestre, they are a very, I looked at their stats on AOE too. They play the Chinese very, very exclusively. And to me, that's kind of a, if it works for you, it works for you. But we get the man-at-arms in, and we get arson going up real quick because we want to try to take out their eco and all that. But these 4 right here go into, you're going to see go in and start disrupting the eco of Darwin. But let's talk this. 56 seconds worth of idle TC time. Not terrible. Not terrible. Now here I focus on their lumberjacks simply because, as an archer civ, of course, heavily reliant on wood. We actually do take out their quite a few of their lumberjacks here. We took out 4 of their lumberjacks, so that's not a terrible thing to do. But so again, early aggression, get them on their back foot. Try to have them deal with multiple things as they go. So our home base, kind of like but kind of wonky. Our wood lines were a bit wonky in this. We do end up with a backwood line, which is totally okay. But here, I think I forgot kind of where I was going for. So basically what you want to try to do is this with the Wu. You want to get their, whatchamacallit. You want to get their Jian Swordsmen, which I'll show you in a second here. Not with that, with that. You want to get their Jian Swordsmen. So basically, again, with what they do is it's a shock infantry. It gains movement, speed, and attack, but loses armor when a damage threshold is reached. It is exceptionally strong versus archery units and weak versus militia line. You can upgrade it through blacksmith and stuff, but pretty much here I'm like, just trying to take out as many vills as I can. I take out 6. So again, some early aggression here from me, and then again, also going for their mining camp. So you want to get them off the gold. In theory, I probably should have put maybe like a tower in here, but I didn't want to waste my stone resources. I mean, well, back home, got 9 farms going. I do start adding to those, by the way. But anyways, so yeah, we got a house going. Yeah, we start expanding, and then I remember what my strat was in basically just try to get in to going up to castle. And that's, I think, the thing you have to remember too is like we also have we also got horse collar at some point. But I think the big thing with the woo is get into your Jian Swordsmen as quickly as you possibly can, and then you can start having some fun. We do get the market going. I'm not sure if I get a range in this game or if that was another game that I played, but pretty much. Let me speed it up a little bit here just so I can get to the more instructive parts. Get double wood line going here. Now here we should build a lumber camp a little bit quicker. I think these are my stragglervilles. They were doing that. So yeah, there we go. It took them 2 trips, but they finally do get and as our 3 die, but 9 eco kills already. I mean that's pretty good. And also right here, got my scout parked kind of out of their line of sight. Do they see me there? Real quick. No, they don't. So that's totally okay. As we start going up to castle, again going in a little bit later than I was liking, but yeah, it is what it is. We're gonna look at these barracks here because that's what we do. I am in control of the video, and I will slow it down again. Once we hit castle, we get the forging in, we get the armor upgrades going, and we get squires, and then we start spamming Jian Swordsmen. Like that's literally what you do. Once you hit castle with this particular civ, get there. Get to castle, start getting your Jian Swordsmen in, because those are the ones that are really going to start wrecking. As you can see, we have this one right here. 8 to 1. Yeah, and their armor is absolutely... Their pierce armor, 5 to 1. That's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. We also get some cav archers in. And the reason is for this is simply because, yeah, we've got the... they've got the 2 barracks. And, we have the man-at-arms for them. But, kind of... I recognize that they're going infantry, so I said, all right, well let's get some more mobile units in here. And yeah, they don't have any upgrades, but the point is that you want to have a little bit of support for your infantry units. Not a whole ton, as you can see, but we're getting them out there. We got Bowsaw coming in. We actually get our eco upgrades a little bit later than I was anticipating or liking, but we still get them in. We still get them in, and we have. That there. Now they put down a TC in the back, and again I think they're playing the Chinese kind of odd, because the Chinese are an archer civ, so archer and gunpowder civ. So you're playing infantry. What the heck is going on here? Is that a bug? Well, anyways. We throw a forward castle in. Maybe not the greatest. It's not really in their face, but it's definitely one. It's like a fallback castle. We take out their one. It looks like we took out their scout. So, but here, I'll show you what I see. Cav archers come in and. I don't know why they were building the gate. Oh, I think I know why they were building the gate there, because they wanted to, they want to build a wall. So, kind of late to wall off there, my guy. And here come the Jian Swordsmen. And, so you can see the power of the dark side. Now here, I've got, how many? I got 15 of them. I got 15. I have 24 military units total. the Cav Archers go for, like, and watch this. They just, these Jian Swordsmen just absolutely melt buildings. They absolutely melt them. You get some barding armor in. And look what they do to this TC. I mean, they just go absolutely... They just absolutely house this TC. Just take out their spearmen, and this TC goes down pretty fast. So, Jian Swordsmen eat TC? Yes, they do eat TC. You have to be ready for it, because it goes down fast. That TC eating, yum yum yum. As those Vills make a run for it. Now here they have some Chuko Nu, and they put the castle right near the TC. Take out, some of the pikes take out my Cav Archers, but again, this is not a good matchup. This is not a good fight at all. They literally just lost a lot of their army to those Cav Archers. And we're sitting at home kind of just booming. We're throwing some Fire Archers in just to kind of annoy them. But again, not the right strat here for Mr. Darwin, because, Jian Swordsmen are infantry in general are particularly weak against archers. And you're playing an archer civ. So, make it make sense. We see their castle, and here we don't take any more bad fights. Like, here we just kind of retreat backwards. We try to take out the lumber camp and stuff, but in here we got a siege workshop coming in. So again, with the woo, you actually build the trebs through your siege workshops. And we start to get our eco in a place where we can go up to Imperial. As you see, we have 56 Vills, there's 53, but we've killed more of them. We've killed 10 compared to them. So, yeah, now here, I'm just like, man, these Fire Archers are actually pretty good as we start going up to Imp. They start another castle, so they're already kind of on their back foot. As we take out more of their vills. Because of the castle, we take out 12 of their vills. Pretty insane. And their pikes aren't even upgraded, and all that, but these Jian Swordsmen are gonna, like I said, they melt buildings pretty easily. My Cav Archers go down, but that's neither here nor there. I'm going up to Imp, and it's, we're going up by a pretty large margin. Even though our eco is, we're about 1,000 off in eco, and our idle TC, you've got quite a bit there. Plus also, too, I'm only humming off 1 TC, so that to me was kind of like, if we had to get there. We had to get there. I think I do put another one up somewhere around here. We got a monastery going even. Don't quite have our monks going, but we do pick up a relic or two. And here comes the second TC. Again, the lag in this game was just, it was almost unbearable. It was almost unbearable. And, very, very, it was the Fire Archers that went down, not the Cavalry Archers. But, anyways. As we get Red Cliff's Tactics coming in, which, again, demo ships and Fire Archers deal damage to ships and buildings. Or deal fire damage, I should say. So they become a little bit more, effective. Forging comes in for us. We idle the TCs a little bit too much, but you know what, that's alright. We're in military mode, we're in all war mode at the moment. They are yet to go up to Imp, and I don't know if they even do in this game. Oh, they do. But we start, now here's where I stumbled a little bit. We needed to get more siege in, we needed to get the, we need to get the traction trebs out. Get a university coming in as well. I know at one point we did... Oh yeah, we do end up training a few monks. Right there, I clicked on the wrong one. We're waiting here. Here are the traction trebs. Now, again, they go through the through the siege workshop. So when you, again, that's kind of the funky thing with the Woo, is the traction trebs are actually pretty good, in the sense that they don't have to assemble and disassemble, and a little more efficient from what I've seen. So traction treb, and we even do more. But we do pick up a relic, which we don't usually do a lot of monk play. You know, something I need to learn. They, in the meantime, have rebounded kind of good. They've taken down. I'm sorry, not taken down. They've brought up 3 more barracks, and now here our Jian Swordsmen kind of come in and protect the trebs as they are doing their thing. Fire archers have their say here. Look at the range on these things too. 5, yeah, it's 10. I mean, they get 10. And we flank them right here. Actually, I'm gonna go back like a few seconds here. Watch this particular technique. So these come in right here. I don't think they see me down here, but basically we kind of flank them as they try to take out my trebs. So we take out the archers in pretty short form here with the cav archers and the fire archers. And the treb does not go down. We're able to save the treb. And that's important because it's down to 7 hit points. 7 hit point treb there. And we just start going to town with these 3. We have 3 traction trebs coming in. And handcart comes in for them, but it's a Pyrrhic victory at this point. So we actually do take out their lumber camp, but conscription, does it get there? No, we deny them the oh no, we don't deny them. It's that one. Oh, we do take out their TC again. And we do take out pretty much everything else. And this is where it starts to become a little bit elementary. The Jian Swordsmen just get in. And we were able to just absolutely wreck them with these Jian Swordsmen. I mean, there's no other way around it. They don't have an army. We're wrecking at this point. The sappers come in, take out more of their vills. And now they're up to imp also too. They have the attack damage, and as you can see, the Jian Swordsmen. Oh yeah, and also too, one of the things about the Wu is the infantry regenerates hit points per, certain amount of hit points per minute throughout. So it's also kind of like they're self-healing as well. We get blast furnace coming in, and just ballistics too. So not that we were kind of concerned about any counterattack, but now our Jian Swordsman up to 14 damage, and again, just really, it's just absolutely impressive unit. And I hear they're getting nerfed with the next patch, but you know, that we'll just take what we can, do what we can, and go from there. And now we find their wood line, and we start, attacking vills, just making sure that they get all nice and dead and whatnot. Look at that! I mean, 30 eco kills and 0 for us. We were able to, boom it home in, maybe not the most efficient here, but we're focused on the war effort. Yeah, so you get that going on, and then we find their their fallen line TC or backup TC, and they just call it. So, very, very, very good victory for us in this one. This was one that was needed. I think that we've been on a little bit of a down streak lately, as you can see. In my at the time this was played, I was 572. I'm back into the 600s, 604. But the Wu have been very, very good for me. So let's take a look at how we did stats-wise. Military, far and away. Like at the very end, we had, let's see, return to map. Very end, we had 40 military units compared to 0. Just absolutely wrecked them there. Eco was way better because we taking out 30 vills definitely is definitely a thing. And you want to make sure that you're getting that. Technology, yeah, we were a little bit ahead there. Society, we were about the same. Military-wise, we took out a bunch of different, we had 62 kills to 20, 39 raisings. That was incredible for us. Army high of 40, they only had an army high of 16, and we pretty much took care of those. I think part of this, too, is, and I'll go into that in a little bit, they collected a little bit more wood than us. We collected a lot more food, 1,000 more food, and, almost twice the amount of gold. So, and we also used our markets pretty effectively. So a relic gold, we were able to get at least one relic. We didn't get any conversions. Again, my monk play needs to get a little bit better, but never discount those. As far as uptimes are concerned, they didn't go up to feudal for about 3 minutes after we did, and ideally you don't play the Wu, go fast castle. You want to try to get those Jian Swordsmen out as quickly as you possibly can. This was not a fast castle by any stretch of the imagination. That's of course in my eyes, it's under like 20 minutes, but for like a pro level player, it's like under 13. I mean, you could under 15 at the very least. But we did go up for them each time. And with Imp, we were able to kind of get our traction trebs going before they were able to do anything significant. Vill-wise, 84 vills compared to 64 max. So again, more than our eco was a little bit better. It's still early in the morning here. As far as APM is concerned, I don't look too much into this, but it's still really good to see, 16 APM versus 13. And I think that, we definitely had, a major advantage there. But I will say about Darwin, Carvajal Silvestre, they play the Chinese almost exclusively. And I would caution that, at any level, you want to play a variety of civs, and you're gonna fall into one that you really, really like, and you really, really like, are able to use well. But it's almost like I couldn't quite get their strategy here. It could have been the fact that they didn't know the Wu, strategy, or didn't know that they were an infantry civ, so they countered my infantry with infantry, and it was like, no, you need to do that with archers. So you kind of need to know your counter units a little bit. But I do think that with the eating of the TC, I'm going to go back to where I eat the TC. Maybe it's a little bit later. Yeah, see right there. Yeah, so I mean, right here around the 29-minute mark. I mean, just looking at this, they have 2 TCs, but we eat this one in pretty effective order with the Jian Swordsman. You get like 15, we have 15 under there, and we were able to just kind of wreck from there. So overall, I think with this particular build, you want to make sure, again, you're getting your Jian Swordsman out there as quickly as you possibly can. Fire archers aren't a terrible unit. In fact, they're really good when it comes to taking out buildings, especially with the Red Cliffs tactics. But having a variety of units, not a bad thing. You just don't want to have a whole AI army, and I think we did a really good job with kind of the support units. Maybe Cav archers aren't the greatest, but they were able to actually do their job pretty well. So if you like what you saw here, please like, please subscribe, and as always, my AOE anarchists, happy hunting. We'll see you on the battlefield.